reports. We want to know what happened. And
Alexander,
if there was wrongdoing.
Kwabena Afenyo,
Markin, whoever it is.
Over the weekend, you know,
while we work to stabilize the economy and improve the value of our currency, we must protect that currency. Because a good
NPP,
strong CD is good for all of us. But when that happens, some people try to take advantage of it. And I think that we should all condemn attractive view. Like that.
They know. Before no woman say party ne enye attractive view, but omuntimi enyintum because omuntimi enyintum omman kasa no dey know ade na eye omo no omo hu omo nim say obia mpe party ni biu obia mpe party ni biu na ewiase obia wo di 8 years etu Galamsey was so been for 8 months enko Galamsey no a wo ba betu no na ofu say what is a Ghana for say yen here kasa about NDC any Galamsey a ade no a ese president Mahamadu ne nkrofo ekwaya ese omode mo faso e wo Galamsey no ho no a onfa mo mfaso no. That is where people are angry. Amafombu enfu ye te say because say Orajo Mahama e bae ene nkono so ye na dwene say omo ebetu Galamsey no ebia. I'm telling you, we don't have Ghana today. We don't have Ghana today. Enti ya bufu afu no which me ka ho and 21st ye nyina ye ekọ eye demonstration ni bi. Oliver a demonstration no ye nyina ye ekọ bi. Nyame adma 21st September ye jiram ya buafu because ekwaya Ghana for pese NDC aban we dem fa so no a omonye no. That is where the problem is. Amanfo bumfu yo Sajo Mama etu Galamsey ni bi. Unlike Akufo Addo. Amanfo bumfu ye say Jo Mama ewo faase bi o se ne kazi o se die bi etu Galamsey ni bi te se gabby otchere darko. Amanfo bumfu ye say Professor Jenna no Poku vice president or involving Galamsey te se Bawumia. Amanfo buafu because we have people like Kate Gyamfi Eko Ewusi gabby otchere darko no mo a yomu din ewo various reports mu se omo etu Galamsey no eye omo omo ntine nkrofo buafu but nkrofo bumfu ye say NDC etu Galamsey but our anger ya bufo no say yemu no a ye nyina obi aye din etwo baby kom no eye say omo agya mo amamo ne nanenam ho na mo say edidi atem omo agya mo amamo ne nanenam ho a mo didi atem. You see, look, Ayana sometimes a man for they misconstrue some of us, our opinions. Adia yamra, we agree. Chrono, any idea essay or mine. Bibia anywhere ubetimi aye eya ube pese ube justify it makes sense. Mbamcho so ultimasia right enti so obi edin wo report mu se we otu Galamsey nas aban so be handle no a why not on a bronya issue. And last week me can say we me samra no a ye de we nkrofo no ye de bi we me no anya me de so I won't sit here today and because eye abronye ntino me can say eye mra papa. I think we need to look at that law and work on it. In this maka same way one day ye benya wudi ni bia wajimi abodam eche Akufo Addo obaba be famra we ade ode be yene no enya asim kuma. So we need to look at that law again. Inti hono mi position no, but when you have people one involved in asase me say NDC ni kura no. You see, but the point is when you are not able to crack on the NPP obey na wa party for no more deal say ebase party ni bi ehun wo Galamsey no mu a me I will never support any NDC person in Galamsey. See you the kwa never ensi da na mewu. Say why could you nkwasi asem na say de wo kwa na me bobie na ma sori say NDC ni akotu Galamsey ene ya chi no. Ena me dem fa ho ben. So NPP on Galamsey no. But back to your main issue. Why the NPP is here today. You go to Afenyo Markins na or the asema atudwa. You go to no.
It was difficult for a student to NDC. Anybody there says you are an NDC, you will lose. No student wanted to hear NDC. So the NDC boys, they were hiding to do their meetings. They won't do their meetings in the open. But NPP TESCON took things for granted. And there was a time I was commending NDC for their transformation. It was misconstrued. Today, I won't let any fear grip me. I will face the reality and let people misconstrue it. But that is the reality. Our friends in the NDC decided not to give up. They went into rebranding of their party. They branded their party to make it attractive to students. I remember Casford Hall, my own cousin, was contesting for Casford Hall presidency. I was his campaign manager. Last minute he lost. And after the election, we were told that, there was some NDC pickup at Ogwa Hall area. And he was talking to the president. Somebody used as campaign propaganda. So that is what made the student vote against him. But today, 10 may even be popular than TESCON. Today, students are able to proudly say, I'm NDC, because of the branding. So the NDC, NPP people listening, listen well and stop sleeping. When we won the first time in the year 2000, we were so happy. The NDC was devastated. They even feared to go to the radio stations. But within 2 years, they brought themselves together. To the extent that by 2004, they were able to reclaim some of the seats we snatched from them in 2000. By 2008, they had made themselves formidable to snatch power. Then we went back to prepare ourselves for 2016 after the disappointment in 2012, and we got back power, got the highest majority seats ever, 169. Again, we went to sleep. We thought it was all about free SHS. Whereas our friends were
part no bio. And Afenyo asema wo ka no no kre. bebre. Ye be kasa. Ghana be kasa. And straight mamene minua executive director for Global Info Analytics Musa Dankwa enkodi enkomo ba die sa line wana ebefa minua akwaba
meji wo so bobi
nyame adom boko de
adom ode ache
ami the radiase so pacho wanya daje tie honorable Alexander Kwabena Afenyo Markin on NPP not attractive to students. When you create tape ni
ubi medasi ni akonye in fact all Canada between check
I see
okasawo Unimark omoye program ben omo invite here, so I was there when he was talking
sabe trans no mudi nkomo
yes vaguely yes
about his statement mudi nkomo about his statement no
oh that be private chat.
Oh okay but mo amubo bibi aso
that be
because many nka make say na me too many me hu wa and I will start asking myself questions. Anyway, but on making that statement idea in about him
I felt it was an honest admission on his part as a very seasoned politician. Say obey statement, no. And you see, you cannot deceive yourself forever. At a point in time, also would you say, "Oh yeah, now, maybe be the amount." I think what he said was honest, was sincere, and there's no difference from what he said to what we have in the data.
By 3 months in all this research we beto abonting. Kasa ne be ye bebre. So compare notes any asema wo kan ya. The question is, day eno NPP abedru baby omodru no. Yes, the data is there, the figures are there, but what happened?
I don't know how old is this current album. So more party album here. And who Susan so about one day. It's as if said the album was actually tailored towards amount for they can contribute meaningfully to the discussion of the NPP and make NPP attractive. Over time, I think a lot of the young people know, the next generation leaders know, they were not part of the NPP discourse. Either as delegates who can influence what happens in the party. So the party drifted away from the next generation of leaders.
So what can say omuntimi and communicate well? What is the meaning? By age and I say what is the criteria?
You see, communication depends on who you are communicating to. You have to communicate with them differently. You don't communicate with them the way I communicate with those who are about 45 and 50. No.
My example. Example of say communicating to the Gen Zs and example of communicating to your friends say titilefui.
Sure. Gen Z, they are internet savvy. Bit na fact check who's see on the move. Who can be correct? They can fact check and prove you wrong. Once they are able to catch you once, twice, 3 times, next time who can you? So you must communicate honestly, devoid of falsehood, and nema and twasumo. For nema uka ubi awakusukra obe doubtunu. try and avoid that. It may be hard, but communicate effectively and also honestly.
But Basan coming, you say NPP communicators, no me mebunu kama. You look at my brother Miracles Abuaje, the deputy who is my sister, Jennifer Quinn. I mean, omo ye mebunu kama. Even when you look at omo social media activists say PK Sapon and say Obama no money George Kwatinum, they are barely young guys.
Bobby, I think they can do a survey of how effective their marketing or their communication strategy has been, both in government and in opposition. They will find out. Because Osha Omwa Omako crack from senior high to tertiary levels, no. NPP has lost them in droves.
Why? It just because of how NPP is communicating?
I don't know the answer to the why question because when you survey on the why, you know yet.
I see. But on top of your head, what do you see?
I don't think in the last election, from now and going forward, no, the youth has seen, say, they are addressing their problem.
I see.
To me, and tackle the youth challenges are. You have a problem with the youth. A typical example, in the last election, the top 3 issues are economy, jobs, education. The economy was hitting everybody, including the youth. But the jobs were much more impacting the youth than anybody else. And the NPP campaign at the time didn't focus on the top 3 or top 2. They focused on the last 3. Free education. And the free education itself was problematic.
Why?
Because almost call free education, and when you, in fact, in the program of Kasayelo, somebody was asking them, how many of you enjoy the free education? Look, people didn't want to say they have enjoyed it. Obviously, no, menkahu. But looking at their ages, no, they were indeed part of the free education, but they were running away from it. These are young graduates. Probably they came to university about 4 years ago. So they must have enjoyed the free education. But they didn't want to be linked to free education. The brand has been damaged in their eyes.
Ayadana omubedru hasi.
And then you have to ask political commentators.
Because Uche Afenyo Kasaemwa, first, they were appealing to students. Akrachi for any GMPP. One more yes, academicians any GMPP. So why the sudden turn?
You know what I can read from the data is that Nkwalano Omufa senior high free lumuno. It wasn't a good experience for them. They still remember it.
I see.
I believe if it was done well, they would have remembered the positive side of it. But those who enjoyed it now, it appears the parents were the ones who were happy with it. But the students who went through the free education are not.
Whoa. I'm struggling to accept this. Yeah, you know, but I'm struggling to accept it.
No, they need to do a lot of rebranding. And I think starting from branch level elections is a good place to start. Encouraging the young people to join the branches. Encouraging the young graduates to be delegates, so that they will be attracting their people or fellow people who are graduates or who are senior high school holders
but
NPP to a different direction.
But unfortunately, Omo Congress no Omo koyi delegates old ones na wonwa na Omo de kwakoyi Omo a flag bearer and sa no ma ba chira ba abe to abayi Omo executives. That's from the polling station level to constituency to regional and to national.
And they are approach and more choose, but however they do it at the branch level, that is where the effort must be made, because that's where you build the party for the future.
Ubetimi akase a free NPP. Yen fan say for the past 8 years, 16, Kufo 16, and Nanado 16. Where these two leadership, their impact on the NPP political party?
I believe Kufo has been more impactful positively, because the crop of people are here who joined Kufo, they kind of, transition through after 8 years. Workers were there, but Osha, this Nanado regime, I don't think young men were, for them to become role models, for them to become somebody, or some people who are the younger ones. The Nanado government was very old politicians.
What kind of old politicians are? How?
The average age of people in the government, so it wasn't low, it was very, very high.
Yes. Not just a question for them for good deeds. No,
I think they have looked into the future by bringing more young guys into the fold.
I see. Very villain. Anyway, me pacho last data on a school for na wama yensa akebi, because a conversation I say sorry, then we can look at it properly and digest it.
Martin.
That's bebre say on edin komo. All right. So Musa Dankwa, Executive Director for Global Info Analytics, and Kasaya no na utie ensem a warezi a wabobon nsem bebre so and wanwa ya na ye calculate NPP omo Akufo Addo aban enkrofo a wa point no na oka ensun bomu a na omo age ne number 600 years 700 omo ko mo nimpa oka edu enum bomu a na omo ye edru 1000 years na o 1000 years for omo bumanya. So the issue is about whether the party is attractive or na se wo wi ase na se ugidi se 12 Ghana cedis dollar 12 Ghana cedis 14 almost omuja was say 14.75 as I say. Let's take it 15 cedis. Let's agree. Now you need penalty. We are now see 15 cedis per $1. A better chain. 12 cedis per $1. A bad thing say obey attractive. A bad thing say obey attractive to the youth, because youth Omo ready, Omo research. Okay, so Tina Akao says good afternoon, Commander. Boy, I'm watching you live from Accra Central. Keep the fire burning. Thank you. Gadri Freeman is here. 1944 politics. No one or more. And 1944. And Trokasa and Shaso Bia 2024. Elections campaign. Na yi sa tape no mame NAPO baby NAPO ko gina ye ko ka say NDC fo na bubu nkramofo mosque mokai so on kai na wo no wa frɛ kwa me fast o be kire wo NAPO start start we ache ache start start we achekra da na oka ena ayi osidi ena NDC bubu adan enkremofo adan. Hello. David says, Bobby, I'm watching you live from Maryland, US of A. Teacher Theo, okay, thank you. Christopher, therefore, Commander asked for me. My problem is the AG. Benjamin Paul says, Bond of 1844 politics. Nah, yes. NAPO ye campaign. Nana Parko Jaho. And this for the boo. I'm so Konzongo communities, Nibi. I don't know if Kwankwachi is listening to us and he can help us with the tape. And this phone a boo incremental mosque a goo from. Akwala no ya wo no 2000 year no as say no. Oh no, as well kind no and fun no baby but no more the year campaign. No more. Anyway, so quick one, my very good friend and a brother, Captain Smart, hosted the Bawumia TV morning show. So person or adding a voice be kakra ka Chairman Akwawa.
Radio so bra any singing. Patrol what to say.
Nyami adom na patrol we.
About that aroma.
Ami.
It will be anche.
They say oda.
First me drive I didn't remember Tibachi.
But I was what dear me oh. Dear me. Anyway, so we move on. Anyway, now you didn't come up na opeso breaking your mouth down kakra
my main chef in free baby bra perin Musa and you know. When I me ba my first son Okofri yesterday.
Okay.
Na me ye kofi na ye bon komo na me you. Na do I want to cry with just SHS for the very first time. My Bible said that there's answer na ya okita. Free SHS no kubi. Na me say that be. I don't know what one kubi. What's the idea here? Yen ye call. Kwabena me jaya asem na kan ena me nya abotre na me bisa na say then no say wo pass pre yen a ye wie ye form 3 no a ye timi to aba na say emu dodo train ena bitimi ato aba ma NPP
we a practical research
yes ena me say okay wa wona fofo no fra 4 mama ofre we are or say bless tell your father he's doing a very good job. Now, once you be thrown out, say your father now is doing a good job. The next thing is that, bless, we are voting you.
I see.
Then I realize that. Yena parents na you need to know, and for that part the NMP. Because one, or fear, or did you pay, or that baby papa. Or could do school or that trunk so, or that job box so. If you are not the bread, no, and yet you call secondary school that you do home for more fee, no, say you call secondary school, you did your loss. ye di say ni ye di say ebi nim etita or the 2 year time no ye na ye say ye go school ye de ma ye ye di na or the to enne de no ho a na che say ye parents ne kura no ye ka ho na ban ne bo man pro eti a very practical atem na musa ka ye no real me primitive near meaning. Now to the branding of the new patriotic party.
Yeah.
Kwabena, my main be punch when we cheer for it. NPP new beer or the political branding as it is here, I'm no of it.
But say, Sisubio.
Me say, party didn't say, no. Woman need to be or the political branding as it.
I didn't.
Kwabena political branding and yes, you t-shirt. Political branding and your demonstration. Political branding and your kayu. Political branding and castle dictate one what branding and the political marketing. Abaya subject now, what now. It is something that borders on perception. Now, NPP as a political party had Papa be a friend take over to Galamsey. Now, or you be or ye advert coming. He actually transported his knowledge in branding a product into politics. Branded J. Akufo, branded the new patriotic party, and the party won power. Now, watch this. 2001, 2002, 2003, Minumuni Nani or Ghana, net radio so. No, would that you need to send the Yao radio Mukuni? Who said, now what you shot Professor Power NDC one out of Annie?
Oh, Babre.
The professors were running away. The PhD holders were running away. The master's degree holders were running away. A do baby, and I say, if you roll into time and walk a lawyer, I am attending general, I am not sure there. Not yet. Now, watch this. It took the NDC to see the need of recruiting and Kwadabi into the party. The NDC thought of future branding. Now, intellectualism is a part of politics. So, the Okujetos were recruited. Omanibu Ames were recruited. Gyamfi, Yebra Penny Kranti.
Amen.
Name them, they were all recruited.
Benya Felix Ofosu Kwachino
and the others were recruited.
Now, Otukono no.
Aha. They say, no question more and work on it. Say, NPP intellectual capacity is static. NDC's intellectual capacity is dynamic. And the attractive one I want NPP Muna will you see to 4 times. Anyone that's running now, or missing won't see at the end. One this year, no, is static because parting up him into intellectual branding of the new patriotic party. No, see. Now, in 2020 and 2024, lecturers of various universities came together campaigning Mahamadu Bawumia.
Yes.
Very good. When you signal everybody, in the sectors of academia, what happened, they said, NDC
anyway, sorry. You lose it in Yankakra. I'm say, but a conversation about for Niju, Meno Kase Manyani Pabe almost by 4 or 5 from different locations. So are sending in some person contributed to this. Try say you beat me and ya Captain Smart back online. Na ene na di nkomo or my inside be more de. Anyway, Captain Yasiaba Kafra. Kafra. Patch of
you know, who said professors, lecturers of the various universities, they came together campaigning for NDC. Signal is sending United States. NPP and Lucy, the intellectual branding. NPP and Lucy, the academic branding. And to some men, you're the lawyer, a woman, you're the PhD, a woman, so be a professor, a woman, no, for politics and leadership. But the NPP stuck to that. It's a more intellectual capacity, but yes, static. I see. And then this is to realize it, okay. Even when we're still ready, Kasama Yenokrano. Edu baby, I say, yen crop echo radio, so echo Kasama Yeno, woman could school. It is an MPP for no year political discussion in terms of economic discussion, in terms of security discussion, and all the others, you don't hear the NDC's voice. So the NDC again started out and said that we are not just poaching. We are going to brand these young guys we have brought on board. So if not for anything, Sammy Gyamfi, make sure you complete your law education. So Sammy Gyamfi became a lawyer who, now, communications officer, director, more or less, Emma political party. And see, Sammy Gyamfi here, other political bigwigs, to send an Akumianum and the like, that will read you need TV so. Unlike before, I don't want to hear one say, one corner Akko school, Sammy Gyamfi will beat them to it. What can lawyer for Brofwa or Beckaby? What can college Brofwa, Sammy Gyamfi, Beckaby? What if a form Brofwa, Sammy Gyamfi, Beckaby? So they realize that, I don't know Yajibu. And Kwabena making this statement plain. And this is intellectual position is very intimidating to the NPP.
Kasa, patches, eh?
The Mepesa Michelen said, baby, NDC was a CN member to know a share the Akuduru NPP for true. I'm catching up.
Almost was say,
yeah, Babra, Adia, Yapan, say, 7. When I him qua, Etia him few. No winning set all this year. No put to prove, yes, in the mahine. Kwabena Bede. This is what I'm saying. About the political brand, Kwabena and throw a weekend brand. But people don't know. So when your political party now will resort to and throw, you are losing your brand. That is why the very material moment now Google Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia who Google say who should share a political liar and then Bano. What was the NPP thinking? They left it to fly, and it's still on the Google. The NPP colors in the red, white, and blue, a bear colors in the but they need to know over Chia Calano. Woman is what you will be Chia Calanio.
But with the students' front, no, what happened?
Kwabena, you see, and say, students now, and what was it in your time, you're winning 80s near you.
Patrick Otomfu, age, no.
Some students that were hosting, no. And now, could I be asked you for iPhone? I could be asked Android. It's a one level of understanding, no. Na first na ye can say Rollins ba ye no Rollins be bo ma Rollins be gua ma bi and na dey ye kan potpos famre ya you women what can say me chere me ba bless obefa ni phone no Google when it ba what no let's say that which can drop the question here e student front then say from 2003 which say na teo sedeno na yenye nipa mo mpote it is a chain for no ebe ye programs wo friend afafra kobo ye fa we free ha ya ba to we free ha ye de we mu po and no crown over shut up probia, which in a camera for the power campus. May a man on 1 year empty. Now will be a better chapter thing. No be a kata. Now Moko. Now the NDC as a political party. And let me say a big thank you to Opening to Tobi Kwache. People don't know. The lives of Tobi Kwache and in Penifua, a woman who said no. Yensha Agronase, every Form 3. It is SSS, senior secondary school. Then they started saying, no, we'll push it in Takra. Many would be upon secondary school 2000. Now, yeah, NPP, upon secondary school campus. Now, Nana, to that, and so, and Namasia, Eshishan, upon secondary school, with the sisters to Hamilton, and in the client, Anna wants to attend for what? Sorry, I'm ended. That time, the NPP thought that they were penning for. Kwabena, political branding, what they put here, a ya 10 year, if you answer count, between on it. And it's almost a political party who won't come on a yana article, let us attend you if you answer count. And I think that.
I think we will find one day now you're interested in your discussion way. Miss Midasi, Captain. All right, Captain Martin in Kano, his thoughts on the current NPP situation at Omo Ewum. Na Omo asi Omo say school for any nji party no kra school for party ni pe na Omo efe. So mamene opening back engineer Francis Adenimo, former member of parliament for Mampong, Asante Mampong, and one-time presidential or flag bearer hopeful for NPP. Opening Akwaba.
Major also Kwabra.
Pacho Bokode.
Nya media chair.
Amonso. Erade kaye ho. Offer ye din komo. So how much me sorry ya now be the tape be send me. Me tie tape ni bi na ye honorable Afenyo Markin unia ketwa. Na oko yemse Unimark program na okasana na okase. Ene NPP party no a monkura mu no ye modia no. School for anya school for akono biu. School ni bia mpe NPP party no. Na ne kase na chese na kakra. Me pa what TSA tape no eto saying?
Yo me da say. No kwani mean TSA tape no dear. Na said ye wo ka kire me say minority leader on munyan for Afenyo Markin eka e dey afa NPP amanyo ko no. Menene be again. Say some radio ye party no na ni munyam e wo form kra. E ho akodo no eko anase e wo form. Eno nti na bia ogina so a ode ka so e de kasa.
He was very specific. Oyi a school for ankasa. And minim say party no oye peniwum. What transche ahwe di entia a school for yemfa ne say wona omoduro mabato also from SHS edibewura universities training colleges chese akwese nimguase na doso wo sa areas no what transche ahwe dia
well Cobra so when you say about 2024 nkugu a eba ama NPP no nkugu yi yenye bida nkugu kwa a change the NDC nyaa in 2016 to the extent say emrase bedwam yentimi anya nkonya ediokono yenye de otwe yesa call by election wo akwatie the otchere to say about the drew at the otchere and song. Osha presidential votes no so percentage no so about form. And no be a subine the coso and conquer the ocean of social media. It's just a DSFM. And this to the extent in Mebuna or more school more at the various level, tertiary level. That's a amanyuku no hunya or more kuno dia. Now there is danger ahead for us as a political party called NPP. Meaning, I say, on my population, no, Mebuno, and a dorsal. In this unya Mebuno do no Bawamanyu Kunuma, and no Namawa Hordino, a cosoro. This a Bambuno air power party, no dear, na your assem a bonipo. Professor Michael Quay reporter, your to a baby, a committee, a party, no setting, no, Ninyam report to me be. Meaning, say, report to no can be far, and Mebruno a school pon, any woman said the Omu Yaman Yokuni Sitiana, Ninyabi, the Abiana minority leader, when your baby, a kind, a fahon, and until Jinaswa Casano. Now, did you hear me? The attorney say, "Any power boba for moi." It was so far, Kenya, Obesan Apeja, no sorry. Didn't you make us say, "You are Manuku, I can see me, you know." NDC Manuku, NPP Manuku. Ayeka be my main cabin. I did be a may. Igina Sama Manuku in me, no so kese. It is a basketball echo from cry, and yet Makabi Mammy can be a mamono. I was seeing me in a more day no eating us. Said the Abaya, the old a band would be no be who say, or young from so, your alternative, I will position or change. The whole money idea, hear me, Papa. You call a bamboo in fear moche, and Akufo Addo a ban in fear moche. If you know, a Hopeson Adorye, a Diababi Viema NPP Amanyoko. Into Yahoo Akonono, a bafom. Ubun kunt up Usian Kunta, your Fred curve would be sinusoidal curve or sine curve. A cosra na send bouquet na bafom. A bafom na send bouquet na san for a cosro. Sammy NPP, Sani Ababe, na bafom cra. Na I was it to me pedia home. Masi be pedia so. Big China. I'm cry a war party ni muno. En kanka. I'm cry a would be a war party ni muno. National level, Dibra or Moody, regional level, Dibra or Moody, constituency level, or more Dibra or Moody. I was so Musuni or Mobile, a yen norma, a besse, na fata, and none a attracting crop for a mombe joining Kuno.
What this uncle away, Ewokuamuda? What share the trend? Okay, BBC social media, or share dear Koso. Metie eye unia Patrick Bawumia recently. Or raise issues about more communication. Some communication, the way I'm communicating my Ghana for no. Say party no. Say Monkoda na kasa. Any day, they argue on as to whether they come out with facts or whatever. Once she says, "I am an also more a home como."
Kona, a young coma, you didn't be a dinner or young Casa home, any Casa, various meetings, a young coma, idea. With any party Democrat, and yes, India, now what's what one can. se me minyaya enkemra party ni di enkugwe yi no enka 4 years NDC yewra John Mahama ban wo so yi enka NPP ye normal ye be ni say that 2025 they best spend 80% of our time and our resources in healing ourselves internally. 80% of our time, our resources, our attention, our see the koyen part in home. Say yedi sachira ye home na yakasa chere ye home. Nanka 20% yedi ashedi abaino ye. Now 2026, we are spending 60% of our time, attention, and resources in dealing with our internal party issues. Near the 40%, you know, ashabino. And by 2027, you know, na assessor. Now you the 40% ashare party, you know. Now you the 60% share the amemuno. Echo. Then 2028, you know, you the full 80% strength, attention, resources, time, yeah, the sharp buying. If it's a family, the election year. Then 20% here the deal within our own internal unity and cohesion. I don't say I'm communicating and say yeah. Emfata kasa so ni pa no be kan eno na be mu obi agina baabi ebu fo ana wo bu bem eno na be mu obi enya akono se aso na si kasa se no kasa yie enti enna mo nti no me de me ho be kwa akodom NPP amanyoku ana se NDC amanyoku yes yen communicators no ha adwen. I was a National Communication Director, Richard Ahiaba. Also to me, class in Wuhu. Say, and Sam Ben was a party, no, Yako Ekamwase. And your uncle, even in Rashibedrim. Rashibedrim say, no. And then Sembiana, Yoko Diary. I send you all now a minority group. As a Wuhu, as a one who knew you any. It will more be about which media strike hard. I will strike here and be more public sympathy. The Basse Asindiano, Kituo, Casio, Papo, and your Papo, near you who did this. A good stage to be Uncle for Quabeca say, Yabremo. It is a Mocasana dorso. Intino, a no credit, said the communication or air corner. Harding. If there verbal communication, written communication, and Namin also, and the Bema, one more Bemo boo or party in home. On bit me a young cranshare, on bit me, aside the dome cool no way, Nijimu, and Yamodima, you bit me a cocker, you bit me a cocker. I make cool na fan into my pay friend.
Wow, I'm a good offering to my pay for Albany. Yeah, that's it. Send out what you about Bawumia and war Accra FM. So, Namin Shabby. All right, okay, so that's it. Engineer Adenimo, Francis Adenimo, former member of Parliament, Asante Bediatuo, and one time flag bearer Hofo.
Thanks for watching. Like and share the video. You can also drop your comment. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on the notification.